Rabbits, they can be adorable, right? But a pack of bunnies can also wreak havoc on your garden and landscape.
So the big question, how do you keep them at bay? Garden Guy Dale K is live. He has some advice. So, Dale, what's the answer?
Good morning. All right, well, if it seems like you've got more bunnies than usual, well, you're not alone. And it seems like the more we plant, the more bunnies we get. We're actually providing them with a lot of habitat. They love nesting and harboring up in our foundation plantings. And of course, when we plant all these pretty flowers and perennials, it's just a lot of food for them. And if you think, or if you don't know you got bunnies, there are some telltale signs. On this cucumber that was hanging low, you can see some gnaw marks, some clean cuts on the ends here. And also there are those telltale little round droppings as well. So as far as mitigating or protecting your landscape from those adorable bunnies, well, there's a few things that you can do. Firstly, we'll point out the physical barriers. Any type of hardware cloth or poultry netting, that is fine. Little tent netting like that is just fine as well. It tends to be a little bit unsightly, but for ultimate protection, these seem to work the best. Then of course there's some of the home remedies and repellents that you can buy and deploy at your home. Of course there's the granular repellents like this rabbit scram. There's the liquid ones as well. I actually prefer the granular ones because then you don't have to reapply after a rain, which is quite handy. And then this one here, not so much this time of year because we're kind of towards the end of the season, but this particular one is systemic. It actually, the product actually goes throughout the plant. So if you've got like a prize plant that they just won't leave alone, that might be a good option early in the spring, lasts all season. Then of course there are the home remedies as well, shavings of Irish Spring soap or something kind of smelly like that. Also mothballs, they do a pretty good job. You can start to put those around your shrubs as well. You can make your own homemade repellent. There's a few ingredients that work quite well. Blood and bone meal or soil sulfur mixed into your bucket. Also citrus peel, quite funnily enough, is quite good at repelling bunnies as well, as is hot sauce. And I don't know, yeah, that'll do it. That'll repel them, and also some cayenne pepper as well. If you're going to use vinegar, that's also one that you can use, but make sure that you don't spray your plants with the vinegar, just kind of around the plants. That's another home brew, or part of the home brew that will work. Again, don't put that directly on your plants. Some of the best plants to actually repel bunnies, push them away from your yard. Marigolds is probably one of the best at repelling. It's also a great companion plant as well around your veggie gardens, because not only does it repel, do they repel bunnies, they repel a lot of bugs as well that tend to kind of get at your landscaping and your veggies. Also, any of the really fragrant herbs like spearmint, peppermint, and rosemary in particular are really good at repelling bunnies. So those planted around your prize landscape, you can see actually up around the home up there, around the foundation, lots and lots of marigolds. I did not see any bunny droppings at all in that area, and I've seen them in other spots as well. So marigolds is a good one. Also some great perennials and shrubs that the bunnies absolutely will not go after. Well, I won't say absolutely because, no, I will say absolutely. I'll say absolutely the bunnies won't go after these. Any of your alliums or your garlic, anything like that, those plants are good. Echinacea, they will not go after echinacea. Salvia is another great, salvia is another great perennial, but they won't go after that as well, which is quite good. The monarda, another great companion plant for repelling bugs, also a great pollinator as well. The pollinators are attracted to it. That is a good one. Foxglove digitalis, a lot of, actually you don't want to eat it either. Digitalis, they won't go after anything like that, so that's good. Yarrow is another good one. And then finally, butterfly weed is another great one for the landscape that the bunnies won't go after, as is lamb's ear. And actually, I love lamb's ear. It actually does quite nicely in like a little cut flower bouquet, but I really love, if you had a hard day, if you had a stressful day, just go out in the garden and just rub the leaves of lamb's ear. It's so nice and so soothing, especially after you swallowed a bucket of hot sauce. Some shrubs that will also repel or keep bunnies at bay. Any of your viburnum are good. Spirea is good. I got a tall spirea in the back, a short one here. Juniper, I know actually they like kind of nesting in and around juniper, but they definitely won't eat it. So any of your junipers, that kind of prickly foliage, that won't get into that. And then last but not least, hiding in here is your potentilla. All those ones in conjunction or part of repelling bunnies, they'll all do a great job of keeping them at bay. Back to you.
Get some water, Dale.
Yeah.
Really
We
should
were
have
just
done
waiting.
that at the end of all of it. Should have been the last thing you tried to.
And you know,
I'm a bit of a hack at the telly. You would think. You would
know better.
After 60 years of doing television, I would do better. I would know better.
Well, go get some water and pet the lamb's tail, because there's nothing weird about that.
Thanks, Dale. All right, we have much